This is Daf Yomi Yerushalmi in the Art Scroll Ozvada edition Daf Lamed. We got up to the fourth line, Daf Lamed Amud Av, Rabbi Cher Babum B'Shem Rabbi Yossi Ben Chanina. And in the Vilna, it is on Daf Tezvav Amud Av, the second line. Rabbi Cher Babum B'Shem Rabbi Chanina said, Babum B'Shem Rabbi Chanina said, Lama Rabbi Shimon El Kedei Kupa. Machlokes Tanakama and Rabbi Shimon at the end of the Mishnah, where Mafki pairs Eitzel Akum, whether it is comes out to be Demai or it comes out to be the Tanakama is Peirosov. Rabbi Shimon says it's Demai. That machlok is only if he had other grain already in the house. If he had other grain in the house, assuming the basa means that measure of your kupa which you brought in, the guy had in his house. But if he didn't have any in his house, so we're not chayshesh, we're not concerned that he might go out and acquire more grain and then be machlif it with your grain. So if it's around, okay. Hifkid etzlo shtayim. So you had two. You gave him two baskets. So achas d'mai, one of them is d'mai, v'achas vadai. We're talking about a case where the non-Jew had one basket. He had one basket, and you gave him one d'mai and one vadai. Sorry. The first one of the baskets which you take from the goy is the mai, because maybe he switched that one with his. But the second one is vadai, and vadai here does not mean what it usually means. The rest of Shas, it means it's vadai fixed, because we're presuming you fixed it before you brought it in. So because he didn't switch that one. So the first one's Mike because he might have switched that one, but not the second one. So that is, so Yerushalmi says, I'm sorry, skip. Bekayamus. It's about Bekayamus, where there are two baskets in front of you. So you say the first is mine, the second one's Vadai. But in Nechla Rishona, if the first one was eaten and it's no longer around by the time you take the second one, so you can't say that the Mai was in the first one, then Ashniya Demai, then the second one you have to assume is Demai. Mea Bnei Adam, Mea Soin Bas Achas. If 100 people came and to the non-Jew, and they all had given him their baskets to wash, and each one took they gave it simultaneously, and they took it once it doesn't matter if they gave them simultaneously, they took them back simultaneously, so they're all demai, because since they took a bas achas, you can't be toilet, and you feel your own baskets, two baskets, to be toilet demai one of them. But if the other ones are not your baskets, even 100 other baskets, you can't be told any of them. You have to assume whatever you're taking back is itself demai. Okay, says Gemara further. Read the whole thing again. Okay, Nasum Adam Echad. So the 100 people which took the Demai gave it to one person. One after another. So in this case, what's the status? Kvanira Lios, here it says Vade in the Gemara, but the Gra and Ruchaim Kanevsky change it to Mai, also. So they already made the Mai when the 100 people took it. So if that's the case, you can't assume, even though you took them back, we can't assume that one of them is the mind, the rest are okay. No, he has to assume all of them are the mind, because once they were nikba as the mind, they retain their status as the mind. nothing matter adam echad kamasim bas achas. So if one person came and took several baskets at once, the there's always, says Reb Chaim Kevsky, there's always a first and a second, because you can't take several baskets at once. So you're taking several baskets. It's not actually several baskets at once. It's one basket at a time. So therefore, there's always a Rishona, a first one. So therefore, Harishona Demai Vashar Vadai. The first one is Demai, and the next ones are Vadai. In other words, they're still considered to be Mitukonim, according to Argamar's use of the word Vadai. Nasam Ne'em Adam. Now, let's say you took the baskets one by yourself, and then gave them to 100 people. So Vadai, since besides the first one, they're all as a Vadai, they continue to have a status of Vadai. Fixed once they got that status as being good. Once they got that status is fixed. Okay, now Gemara says, "Vatani b'shem Rabbi Shimon b'shem Rabbi Tarfon also peros Yisrael zeh keperos akum." Kanevsky changes this to also peros Yisrael zeh peros akum, not keperos. So he says that somebody who buys fruit from from this guy, he can't meister them vadai on somewhere else, because the fruit which the Yisrael gave him to safeguard makes all his fruit demai, and we're concerned that he might have switched the Yisrael's grain with his grain, or his produce with the Yisrael's produce with his produce. So anything you take from that guy is a suffix. Maybe it's peros Yisrael. So it sounds like even if Yisrael gave one basket, and the guy had many baskets, they're all now demai. So that is going to be difficult. So let's see the inside again. By the time peros Yisrael peros akum. So demai, peros akum zeh. Here it says zeh demai, but Chaim seems to have zeh peros akum demai. In other words, it makes all the fruit of the akum demai. So, how could that be? If they all are, if he only gave him one kupa, how could it all be zemai? So Gemara says, "Od he lo amar Rabbi Shimon el akadei kupaso." The fruit of the guy only comes zemai relative to the amount of fruit which he got from the Yisrael, and let's say he got one basket of Yisrael, so the first basket you take from the goy, whoever buys a basket from the goy, the first basket is the mai, and the rest are considered to be whatever the status of the goy's fruit was, in this case, vadai tevo, one would assume. And that brings us to the end of Daf Lamed, mamish the end, at the end, and we'll stop here for today.